So you guys are like us. You've been married for how long?
16 years.
Next month is
3/11.
6 years.
16 years.
Yes, 3/11/06. Yeah.
And how long have y'all been in business together, in the real estate business together?
Technically, we've been together as a team almost 5 years. We'll be in May.
Official,
Okay.
where
So
Leanna
how
actually
did
got her
you-
license
Yeah.
and left corporate and left commercial real estate.
When you got your license, at that point, it was all on the real McCoy real estate and
Not quite.
Not
But
quite.
Yeah. I wish it was.
Yeah, I wish it was like
that. Every office I've ever worked at, I've never been good at paperwork, let's face it. I'm more of a out in the field and just hunter mindset, right?
Yeah.
Go and get it, bring it back, and then, but at the same time, I didn't have a choice. I had to do both.
Right.
I had to do the front of the house and back of the house in business. And, that really limited me from getting to the next level. And, as a natural progression, as Leanna got her license, and you mentioned about working together and living together, we were going through life together, and quality of life. If it's not worth living, then what are we doing all this for? If it's just a lot of stress, no one's looking for more stress. Everyone's seeking financial freedom or success. Well, what does that look like to every person? That's different.
That's right.
So I have to, turn that over to you. And, with success being, in my eyes, it was always like A, B, and C, right? But that wasn't, fast cars and boats and things like that aren't necessarily in Leanna's bucket list or goal list.
It used to be when we were younger. I feel like that's where our mind was. And now that we're older, and I'm 50, you're 51.
38, 40.
Something.
I
It's always
37.
I never remember how old we are, but
Yeah.
it has changed, and I think it's more just we want quality time.
Right.
Well, and to speak to kind of what you were talking about with roles and understanding, what you were, and this is kind of like life and business and everything, because, we talk about it in the business side of our life is identifying strengths and weaknesses of your partners,
right,
and understanding, if you're going to get somebody to take on a certain role for you or whatever, they need to have a different strength. And I struggled with that because everybody wanted me to do all these tests. Robert Kiyosaki wrote this book, in which I was like, oh, this makes sense because I like dogs. And it was called Sales Dogs, right? And he started going off of the dogs. So like you have Pit Bull, you have Golden Retriever, you have like Poodle,
really
Chihuahua, Basset Hound.
Oh, wow.
And so like now I've like read that. I've read that book a lot. But back in the day when it came out, I was like, okay, this really helps me understand. Like Poodle is what you would think. I mean, it's, glasses, cell phone, out, having a good time. The Golden Retriever is a service dog.
Right.
The Basset Hound's just going to kill you to death because they want to be your friend, right? They're just like, it's like that thing. And so, but it's really cool because it helps us identify, even now in marriage and working together, like what kind of sales dog, basically, what kind of personality trait do we hold the most? And then making sure that we set ourselves up for success.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if I put the Chihuahua is the data analytics, if I put the Chihuahua on her, I mean, it's like,
There's no connection.
there's nothing there. It's not going to be, to your point, it's not going to be fun. What are we doing? What are we doing with this? It's horrible, right?
Right.
So I got to go poodle with her.
That's not true.
That's true.
Well, and as people of many hats, like in this business, we have to be.
Right.
But that was one thing that stood out about you guys the most at the first meeting, that the first time I met you guys, that you put in effort to make time for yourself, and not just time, but quality time. We talked about, going on vacation and being able to maybe shut it off or whatever it looks like, but to have that separation that we sometimes struggle with. I mean, I'm not trying to paint the picture that we are now, in this perfect
Oh, gosh.
I understand what you're saying.
marriage. That doesn't exist. But
Right.
we work really, really hard on it daily and weekly. And I'm sure we can, when I heard that about you guys, I was in my head, I was like, #goals, that's kind of what we're looking for.